My name is Brian Ray. I'm a chaplain at Louisiana Army Guard. I want to talk to you this morning about anger management. More so, anger management issues. Identifying if you have a problem handling anger. We're going to talk about 3 ways. I've been dealing with a cold for a couple of weeks, so I'm going to do a lot of coughing. Please accept my apology. We're going to talk about 3 ways that you can handle anger. See if any of them work for you. Right from wrong. Got a few videos to make this funny, make it enjoyable, a little bit more enjoyable. All right, the videos are not that great as far as the picture quality, so if you're into that and it upsets you, please talk to me. You got anger problems. All right. First thing, you expressing or calming or suppressing. Those are the 3 ways we're going to talk about anger problems. How many of you are Air Guard? How many of you are Army? Army, Air Guard, Sergeant, I have a problem. Let's talk about it. Army, no, Sergeant, I have a problem. All right, there's a difference, okay? Some of you are like, what? I spent 10 years active in the Air Force. That gives me the right to make fun of air people, okay? And Army now. Okay, expressing your angry feelings in an assertive, not aggressive manner is the healthiest way to deal with anger. What do we mean, assertive and not aggressive? Don't throw things. Okay, that would be an example of aggressive. What's assertive? And you all are very quiet bunch. I thought the air folks were smart. Come on. Be quiet. Like going to the point, making a point.
Being declarative without being confrontational.
Okay, that's good. We're gonna put that in Webster right there. Okay, how many of you have children? How many of you have young children, like 2, 3? All right, who's brave wants to come up here for me?
Randall does.
Come on. No one's brave? This guy right here. You, please, come up here. Thank you for volunteering. I appreciate it. How was your child? 2. Little boy or girl? Girl. Stand there. I want you to hold your hand out like this. Okay, you're good. You can't touch me. All right. You can't step forward either, no matter what. Assertive or aggressive? We know that aggressive is like throwing punches, getting someone's face, but we want to talk about assertive because that's the way we want to deal with anger. Let's say our hypothesis, or whatever you want to know, hypothetically, there we go. You're at the grocery store, you have your child with you. Your child's not having a good day, which makes you not have a good day. And you turn that corner of an aisle that, all you want is one bag of potato chips and you're out of it. And there's a little wise lady, old lady, that sees you handling your child, and she comes up and she's like, excuse me, do you not know how to handle your child? Now, in an assertive, I always talk about children because that's the one that gets to you the most, right? In an assertive way, address me, I'm the little old lady. But how you would handle that, because you know it just makes you angry, didn't you? Yeah. There is no assertive way, not good.
It actually depends on, like you said, the mood and how she addresses me. So.
Well, for our role play, you're angry. That's the mood. That's
Tell her where to go.
Oh, that's not hard.
Your emotion is anger. Cuss her out.
Oh, no. That's
Wrong answer. Go ahead.
maybe like, okay, ma'am, I understand your concerns on how I'm treating my child, but this is a certain way on how I was raised. It may be different from what you've been taught, and how would you go about this? But I mean, sometimes they're like, oh, I was told this way, and you need to do this.
So you sound like you would get in a discussion with the lady, which would probably increase the anger. But you're doing it in an assertive way. That's all I wanted, was to express assertiveness in dealing with a could be difficult situation. Y'all give him a hand. Okay. Assertiveness.
Search yourself.
Did you assertively tell him to get out of your seat?
He handled that situation a lot differently.
Okay, I have a video. I hope the sound is okay, maybe a little loud for you folks right up front. Some of you have probably seen this from time to time. All right. All right. Now, I'll ask a loaded question. Is that a good way to handle anger?
Oh, yeah.
I knew some of us would agree. What?
You better than do that and take it out.
What would it cost you? What could that cost you? Handling anger that way. What could it cost you? Job? Was it a good shirt? A good, well, that was calls before the anger outburst. What else?
Well, your coworkers should fear you.
You can hurt somebody else on that.
I think you're gonna start getting some respect in that office.
You probably won't be allowed back in that office.
I've seen a lot worse stuff than that, people. I've seen people get angry like that, and I've seen, instead of them getting in trouble, I've seen them get attention, and I've seen them get additional consideration as opposed to someone else who doesn't complain like that.
You've seen worse than that.
Oh.
That could happen, but I would tell you, as a former business owner, you would be out of my business quick.
That's
I would
a
not,
good
it's
problem.
not tolerable. It's not tolerable at all.
For the government.
For mine, and for this class, it's not tolerable either. For this class,
sorry to hear that.
for this class, it's not tolerable either. No, I'm saying, I'm respectively disagreeing. that Yes, you could have that side, but more than likely you'd have the other side of the coin, wouldn't you? But, you know, we keyed in on something that's very important over here. Let's say you do keep that job. Let's say you do get, you know, what do you need? What do you need? You know, you get babied, if you will. You know, is everything working right for you? Well, the one thing you will take you for a long time to get is the respect from your peers. Because when can I ever trust you again? When are you going to go off again? You go off on me, I got this. Just kidding. I ain't got that. But you see what I'm saying? So it's a relationship issue that I want us to target. The relationships that you're straining by acting this way. Same way within your personal relationships, whether you have a spouse, boyfriend, girlfriend, living home with mom and dad, whatever it may be. It's still a strain from those relationships. Okay. Next, calming is the second way to deal with anger. You guys can read. Controlling outward behavior by controlling internal response, or through my breathing, through my thoughts. I can calm myself down. Are y'all going to go to yoga a little bit? Is it yoga?
2 o'clock.
2 o'clock yoga? Calming myself. You're not bothering me. You're not there. Whatever it may be. Some people have a great ability to do this, no matter the circumstances. Some people do not. It's just another example of what you can try to control anger. Remember the point of this class. It's identify you have an issue handling anger. All right. Anybody ever seen this? Well, really not green in the movie.
Pretty, oh so pretty. I am pretty and witty and gay, and I pity any girl who isn't me today. La 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 la. I feel charming, oh so charming, yes I'm charming, I feel. I'm so pretty that I hardly can believe I'm real. La 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 la. See that pretty girl in that mirror there? What mirror where? Is that attractive girl being? Oh, it's one where yes. I feel stunning. Feel stunning. And entrancing. Like running and dancing for joy. For I love my everything.
All right, how many of y'all seen that movie? Been a few years ago, hasn't it? Anger management? Huh. Coincidental, huh? Hey, what's the point of this scene? Do you remember the movie? Why did he take him there? No one, because it's been that long ago. It's basically to teach him to deal with his emotions through exposing him to the atmosphere that makes his emotions stir. I do apologize as a chaplain. I should have warned you there was some colorful language in there. I do not promote that as a chaplain. But that's the whole purpose, is to help him calm down. One other thing. You may have noticed that there's a man that's running around here that looks a lot like Adam Sandler. If you haven't, you probably will now. Since I said something, do not say anything to him about that, because he might get angry. No, I'm just joking. He is my sergeant major. And please don't say anything. He's heard that all the time. Okay. Suppressing is converting or redirecting your thoughts, just anger. You hold in your anger. And it's sort of like calming. You think about the issue or you focus on something positive. Easy said, right? Is it easy done? So, I guarantee you it's easy to suppress anger for a while. I explained it like this. It's sort of like, do y'all remember what, some of you may not, inner tubes for tires, inner tube. Know what an inner tube is? Maybe use it behind a boat, inner tube. So like getting one, holding underwater, picture the air as anger, throw a little air in it because you're angry. And then you get angry again, you throw a little more air in it. You see where I'm going with this? Eventually what's going to happen?
Burst.
It's going to overtake you. It's coming up, isn't it? Anger is the same way. The more you suppress, it's eventually going to come out. And when it does, you're going to erupt. It's not the best course of action. It can lead to a very passive-aggressive behavior. Think back to vehicle safety. I generally show the same thing he did with the parking lot scene with the two ladies. Excuse me, you hit my door, and then it escalates from there. Another passive-aggressive, y'all know what that means? I lived here in New Orleans for 5 years. How many of y'all live in this area? I'm no longer in New Orleans. New Orleans is a much better place since I left it, I promise you. There's been a few times I want to be very passive aggressive in my driving, where I really wanted to chase that person down and let them know how I was feeling about them. But thankfully, God has blessed me with a wonderful wife, and she said, Brian, let it go. And I'm like, yes, ma'am, passive aggressive. Taking out your anger on somebody else's belongings. Home, wife's not doing good to her husband, children aren't listening, she's all over you, you walk out the door, you kick the dog. Passive aggressive. Okay. It will affect personal relationships. It'll also affect your physical part of who you are. Hypertension, high blood pressure, increased heart rate, increased breathing. Have you ever noticed when you start getting angry that your body is telling you something? Have you ever noticed your posture? A lot of times you'll start assuming a defensive posture. You don't even know it. Have you noticed your breathing? You need to settle down. Pay attention to what your body is telling you. All right. I know I'm done quick, fast, in a hurry. The other slide, the other film that I have is over the same thing that you've seen earlier with the two ladies and the passive aggressiveness, as I call it, which is a really good segue into vehicle safety. The whole point of this class is one thing. If someone tells you, look, I'm very concerned with your anger, you're probably going to get angry at them. I ask that you don't take that for granted. They're just saying that to tell you, to get you more angry, if you will. It's probably a good idea to seek a little help. Men, for us, that can be a big issue. I don't need help. I'm good. But don't do it for you. What's wrong with doing it for the person you care for the most, like your spouse? That's the whole point of this, is to help you with your relationship if you're dealing with issues that you may not even be aware that you're dealing with. I thank you for your attention. I thank you for participating, and I have nothing against your child, okay? All right.